Hey guys, welcome back to another martial moment, and welcome to my first ever episode in my series about martial arts uniforms. So a lot of you know that I train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu currently, but what I haven't really mentioned is that I started first in karate and then achieved a first degree black belt in Taekwondo. So our first episode is all about the Taekwondo Dobok. So in this series, I am no way saying that this is how every martial arts school does their uniforms. I'm just covering a basis of what the standard uniform is for this particular system. So let's get started. One of the most unique aspects of the Taekwondo uniform is its V-neck on the top, which unlike the judo and the karate gi, which have two pieces that fold over each other in the front, the Taekwondo uniform has a pull-over top, and that is secured by the belt. Something else that you may notice is that my collar is black on the V-neck. So this is actually an indication of rank. So within most Taekwondo schools, once you're a color belt or a white belt, you wear a normal white collared uniform, but then once you get your black belt is when you're allowed to wear this black collar on your uniform. Also, when you're a black belt and then you hit the rank of 4th Dan or 4th degree, when you're considered a master, you'll sometimes see some stripes along the shoulder and along the pants, and those indicate the master's rank within Taekwondo. So something else you may have noticed about the Taekwondo uniform is that it's very lightweight, and this is important for multiple reasons. Number one, it's because Taekwondo is a very acrobatic and very flashy style. And when you're doing lots of flips in the air, breaking boards, doing lots of flexible kicks and things like that, you're not going to want something super heavy that's going to tie you down. The other important factor about it being lightweight is that it gives the very characteristic snap when you punch or when you kick. And that's actually very meaningful if you're a Pumse athlete, or forms if you don't know the Korean word. And that's just where you're doing a pattern in front of judges. And one of the things that they watch for in forms is that you have some power behind your technique. And what really shows them that a lot of times is the snap in your uniform. So while the Taekwondo uniform is lightweight compared to other martial arts styles, you can get different thicknesses, different weights among the different Taekwondo uniforms. So if you do prefer a thicker uniform, a heavier uniform, you can do that. It's of course not going to be as thick and heavy as a jiu-jitsu gi, but it might be more heavy than obviously a lightweight Taekwondo uniform. And while it is true that a lightweight uniform is going to be less durable than something thicker, it's not much of an issue in Taekwondo because unlike Jiu-Jitsu, it's not an art where you're going to be grabbing and pulling on people's uniforms. Generally, it's very composed, very clean, and that's the kind of style you want. You're not going to need something that's going to withstand grips and things like that. So that's not really an issue in terms of uniform. If I were to choose between Taekwondo uniforms, I would go with a lighter one just because of the flexibility and acrobatics involved. I would rather have that kind of uniform that will give me the airtime I need, the flexibility I need, as opposed to something that's thicker and more durable. Different schools even have different colors of doboks that you can get. I know some schools have black belt clubs or demo teams that will even determine the color and style of uniform that they get. Traditionally speaking, in terms of World Taekwondo, what used to be World Taekwondo Federation, you just have white uniforms, and that's generally what you're allowed to wear in competition, so that's the kind that I would get. Some schools, they do have other uniforms. Some schools will have red uniforms, blue uniforms, that kind of stuff, but not all schools do, so don't make that a standard in terms of what uniform you're going to wear. If you're going to join a Taekwondo school for the first time, probably just stick with a white one and stick with the collar that's appropriate for your belt rank. Otherwise, if your school offers different colors, great, you can use those. But I wouldn't recommend getting that and then going to a different school because you don't know their dress code and things like that. Thanks guys for watching this episode of Martial Moments. Comment below, let me know what martial art you'd like me to cover next.